Hello everybody. As a part of online AMI training, today we will see how to connect DCWS data logger with the sensors, how to connect all the sensors to the data logger, and how to configure the data logger, how to transmit the data from data logger to the ATC over Wi-Fi modem. So to first start with, we are having this data logger DCWS Metlog 04A version. You can see here lights are blinking and data is coming here. One after the another, the data is getting scrolled: temperature, humidity, dew point, pressure, QNH, QEP, daily rainfall, and wind speed. So, how to connect these sensors, that we will see thoroughly. First of all, you see this is our data logger. This is the front plate. There you can see on the top date, month and year is getting displayed with time, then runway number and humidity. This data is coming here. Then here A2 is 2 minutes average, A10 is 10 minutes average of each and every sensor data. So this is the front plate Metlog 04A data logger. There are 5 buttons are there. This is increment button, select button, decrement button, escape button, and this is enter program button. Total 5 buttons are there. Here lights are blinking as the data is coming to the sensor, that is why this light is blinking. So now on the top of this DCWS data logger, you can see the connections ranges they have given here. Analog input ranges 0 to 2000 millivolt. Then analog channels, temperature, humidity here, temperature, humidity. Then on the back side of that DCWS data logger, you will see how the wiring is done and what are the different ports that you can see here. Is this, you see, this is your on off button, this is your power indicator LED. This 2-pin connector is used for plus 12 volt DC power supply. This DCWS data logger requires 12 volt DC power supply, and this power is given to this connector. Then this is green connectors all there. These are where all the sensors are to be connected. Here all the sensors are to be connected in the field. Then here you see there are 2 D-type 9-pin connectors are there, modem 1 and modem 2. This is for serial transmission of the data. One is for wireless communication, another one is for cable communication, cable modem or Wi-Fi modem and cable modem. So these two are for serial transmission of the data over Wi-Fi and cable modem. Then you can see there are two USB ports. USB-M and USB-S. So what is USB-M? USB-M is USB master. USB-M is USB master and USB-S is USB slave. When are these to be used? This USB-M is used to update the firmware of this data logger. Whenever you want to update the software inside or present inside this logger, or some update patch has come, then we have to upgrade this. That time you have to copy that file on the blank pen drive up to 8 GB capacity. You copy that file on the blank 8 GB pen drive, then put that pen drive to USB-M, not to USB-S. Remember, you have to connect that upgraded file to pen drive to USB-M. Before that, your system should be off. Your power should be off. When power is off, then only you connect that pen drive to USB-M. After connecting pen drive to USB-M, then only switch on the power. That time only your data logger will take that upgraded file from USB-M and it will upgrade the software automatically. Once again, you can switch this off after getting upgraded. It is getting upgraded within 1 minute only. So after getting upgraded, you can restart it. Then this USB-S is used for data backup. Whenever you want to take the data backup, or yesterday's data or day before yesterday's data, 2-3 days back data, that time you have to connect your pen drive to this USB-S, and you can copy the data from the data logger to your pen drive connected to USB-S by giving your starting date and ending date, from which date to which date you want to copy the data. You have to connect the pen drive to USB-S. So USB backup means USB-S and upgradation USB-M master. Then this is your Ethernet port. This is your Ethernet port where your data logger is going to send the data over Ethernet port. And this is your serial port. Serial port, Ethernet port. Then here is your GPS antenna. Here is your GSM antenna. Then here is your SIM card slot. You should have SIM card of Vodafone, Idea, BSNL, Airtel only. Jio SIM card is not allowed. So this SIM card has to be inserted in this slot. Then you have to connect both the antennas over here. So this back side, all information, port information I have given you. Now we will see the sensors and how to connect the sensors to the data logger. So there are wind sensors of two types: pressure sensor, then temperature humidity is a combined sensor. So we will see first wind sensor. You see, this is your wind sensor. This is ultrasonic wind sensor, model Windsonic 75 option 2. This is an ultrasonic type wind sensor. You can see there is a red spot. This is called as the north. The north setting is to be done. For that they have given you the actual north of the instrument. So you have to point this red spot to the actual north of your site. Your wind sensor can be of optical anemometer also or potentiometric wind vane also. but at presently now we are going to connect ultrasonic wind sensor. It is having 3 wires. Then we are having pressure sensor. This is your pressure sensor. This is Weisalamic pressure sensor. It is also having 3 wires. The output of this pressure sensor is serial output. The output of this pressure sensor is serial output, and the output of this ultrasonic wind sensor is also a serial output, RS232. Then the output of our old anemometer is also serial. It is also having 3 wires, but potentiometric wind vane is having 2 wires only, which does not have any polarity. Then we have this RST175 microstep make temperature humidity combined sensor. This is temperature humidity combined sensor. It will give you temperature, humidity and dew point also. Then this is your SMPS power supply for your DCWIS data logger. This is your power supply for DCWIS data logger. You can see here I have connected live neutral earth here, 3-core wire. Then here 12-volt DC power supply. 2 wires are there, and these 2 wires are going to the data logger. These 2 wires are going to the back side of the data logger, 2-pin connector plus 12-volt DC here. So this power supply is coming here. Then before doing connections to sensor connection to the data logger, your power should be off. Do not make any connection in on condition, power on condition. So how to connect those wires, that we are going to see now. So you see here there are so many wires and connectors are there, green connectors are there. You see here the upper strip, this is your upper strip, this is your lower strip. The upper strip corresponds to this upper strip, this lower strip corresponds to this lower strip. The upper strip, this corresponds to this indications, the lower strip corresponds to these indications. So what is this? That means this upper strip is plus minus plus minus plus minus plus minus. You see here everywhere plus minus plus minus plus minus it is there. So that means this is plus, this is minus, 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 this is plus, this is minus. So everywhere this plus minus it is there. Then below that you can see here WD plus, WD minus. So when you are using potentiometric wind vane, that time you have to connect the 2 wires of potentiometric wind vane here and here. There is no polarity plus minus, though it is written there. So here you have to connect your potentiometric wind vane, last but one, and here. Please remember. Then you can see there are other indications, TX1, TX2, RX1, TX2, RX2, TX3, RX3, TX4, RX4. Here it is written TX1, RX1, TX2, RX2, TX3, RX3, TX4, RX4. So the TX1 RX1 is communication ports. So this is COM1 port. TX1 RX1 corresponds to COM1 port. Then TX2 RX2 corresponds to COM2 port. Then TX3 RX3 correspond to COM3 port. Then TX4 RX4 corresponds to COM4 port. Then here you can see analog 1, analog 2. I will show you how this AN1 and AN2 are connected. So this upper strip is used for only power to the sensors, plus minus plus minus plus minus. You see, this upper strip is used for only power connections to the sensors, plus minus plus minus. So first sensor we will connect is ultrasonic wind sensor. So this is your ultrasonic wind sensor. It is having 3 wires. This is the wire. It is having only 3 wires, red, black and blue. How to connect? Power supply, red plus minus here. You see, this is your plus, this is your minus, this is minus, consecutive plus minus. Then your anemometer, ultrasonic wind sensor, is transmitting the data. That means your data logger has to receive the data. So that is why this has to connected to receiving wire of the data logger. That means RX1 or RX2 or RX3 or RX4. You can connect to any of the 4 ports. But for the sake of our simplicity, we will connect it to COM1. That means RX1 TX1 port. So we will connect it to RX1. This blue wire you can see, I have connected to RX1. This blue wire I will connect it to RX1. So this first ultrasonic wind sensor, how to connect that you must have followed. Red positive means plus 12 volt, black ground and blue signal, receiving signal to RX1. So it has connected to COM1, port number COM1. So this part is over, ultrasonic wind sensor part is over. So now we will connect pressure sensor. As you see, this is our pressure sensor. It is also having 3 wires. This is the 3 wires here. This is having 3 wires. You see here, one is red, another one is black, and this is green. This is green. You can have any other different color also, which is having combination of red, yellow and black also, but it should have 3 wires. Again, this is having plus minus and signal, receiving signal. As pressure sensor is transmitting the pressure data, data logger has to receive the data. That is why this green wire has to be connected to RX2 or RX3 or RX4. But for simplicity, we will connect it to RX2. Red wire plus 12 volt, black wire ground. Black wire ground means minus, and this green wire to RX2. You can see here how I have connected to RX2. This is your RX2. So we have connected ultrasonic wind sensor, we have connected pressure sensor, both having serial output and both are having 3 wires only. This is the similarity between these two. Then we are having temperature and humidity sensor. So this is your temperature and humidity sensor. It is having 6 wires, unlike other sensors, and different colors are there for these wires. As you can see, there are white, black, brown, purple, blue, gray. So different wires are there. So you note down all these color code of this temperature sensor. The white wire is used for plus 12 volt power supply. White wire is used for plus 12 volt power supply, and for ground or minus there are 3 wires. For ground and minus there are 3 wires. What are these 3 wires? You see, these are the 3 wires. The color of this ground or minus wires are thick black, brown and purple. Thick black, brown and purple. So these 3 wires are to be connected to minus or ground, and the plus wire is connected to plus, this white wire is connected to plus 12 volt. Then blue wire is temperature. This blue wire is temperature, and this gray wire is humidity. Gray wire is humidity. How to connect now? As you know, upper strip is plus minus, so our white wire is plus 12 volt, so we will connect it to plus part of this upper green connector. Then this thick black is the ground, so we will connect it to minus part of this connector. And there are 2 more ground wires are there, signal ground. So these are brown and purple. So we are combining these two and connecting it to the another next minus terminal of this connector. Another minus terminal of this connector. So this power supply part of this connector is over. Then sensor. Then how to connect temperature wire? Then temperature wire is to be connected to analog 1, and humidity wire has to be connected to analog 2. You can see here ports are there. EN1 is going here, analog 2 humidity is going here. So gray wire is going here, and analog 1 temperature wire is going here. Please make sure you are please confirm the connections properly. AN1 temperature port, AN2 humidity port. So in this way we have to connect the temperature humidity combined sensor. So now we have connected wind sensor, we have connected pressure sensor, and we have connected temperature humidity sensor. We have also connected the Ethernet cable for our data communication over Ethernet. So this data communication is done by Ethernet modem or Wi-Fi modem. You can make use of Tenda modem or Ingenious Make modem. Then connect this wire to the PoE of the Wi-Fi modem. Then your Wi-Fi modem will transmit the data sent by this data logger, and the same type of Wi-Fi modem which is placed at ATC will receive that data, and the data will be displayed in the computers. There are 2 computers. One computer is at mid briefing room and another computer is at ATC. So mid briefing computer is called as a server computer, and ATC computer is called as a client computer. So first the data transmitted by this data logger will go to the server computer, that means MBR computer. It will be received. Then after receiving, it will be transmitted to the ATC computer. So that part will be taught to you by Mr. Abhishek in the next lecture. Now we will see after connection of this sensor has to be configured in the data logger. So how to configure that we will see now. So you see, after making all connections, you first turn on the powers. You turn on the power. Plus 12 volt power supply is already given here. Make sure that you have connected proper wires with the help of ferrules. Make use of ferrules for the connection of the sensors. As you can see now, data is coming here with date, time and runway number. All data is coming. So you are able to see now each and every sensor data one after the another, which is called as a run mode. So your data logger is in run mode. So what are other different menus inside, or how to set, that we will see now here. You see, this is your enter program button. This is your enter program button. So you keep on pressing for some moment, so it will go into the mode section. So how many modes are there? Select mode. The first mode is your run mode, which is now already you have seen that data is coming and going one after the another. That is your run mode. Next mode is by pressing the increment button, you can go to the next mode. Monitor mode, again press in the increment button, you will go to USB backup mode, again press, then configuration mode, again press, then calibration settings mode, IP settings mode, FTP settings mode, system settings mode, run mode. Again I will show you. First mode is run mode, second mode is monitor mode, third mode is USB backup mode, fourth one is configuration mode, calibration settings mode, then IP settings mode, FTP settings mode, then system settings mode. So run mode we have seen. What is monitor mode? Monitor mode, to see the monitor mode you have to press the enter button. Then we can go into the monitor mode. Monitor mode is used to monitor single parameter at a time. You can monitor wind speed, direction, temperature, pressure at a time. Only one parameter can be monitored at a one time only. This is used when you are doing calibration of the sensor. That time it is very useful. You can see only one parameter at a time. You can compare the parameter with the standard continuously, and you can set the offsets inside this data logger. So if you want to monitor different parameter, make use of this increment button. Now you can see only direction. You will see only direction. If you want to see only temperature, you can see only temperature by pressing this increment button. You can see humidity, you can see dew point, you can see pressure, you can see QNH, QFE, daily rainfall, again wind speed. So to come out of this mode, press escape. Then our next mode is USB backup mode. To go into the USB backup mode, press enter button. Then here it will show you the start date. It is used to copy the data from the data logger to the pen drive. For that you have to make use of the USB-S port on the back side I have shown you previously. There are two ports, USB ports, USB-M and USB-S. But this time you have to use, as you want to copy the data or backup the data, you have to use USB-S port. So you have to connect the pen drive to the USB-S port. Then this start date you have to fill. Make use of this select button, then enter button to select particular month, and increment button to change the month. Like this you can change. Then select enter button to the date. So date also you can change with the help of increment and decrement buttons. Then press enter to select the end date. So now it will go to the end date. That end date also you give in similar way by pressing this enter button, then increment decrement button, again enter. After you have done, press again enter. Then it will prompt you to connect USB. Then you connect your USB to the USB-S. Then press again enter. When you press the enter button after connecting USB, the data selected of your range will be copied to your pen drive. Then press escape. So this USB backup mode we have seen now. Now we will see configuration mode. Next mode is configuration mode. This configuration mode and other modes like system configuration mode, IP settings mode, FTP settings mode, calibration settings mode, these are having password protection. So what is the password for all this mode? There is a unique password for all these configurations, system configuration, calibration, IP, FTP, and that is password is increment decrement, again increment, again decrement, or up down up down. So password is up down up down. So how to go into that mode? First of all press enter, then you will see password. So that time you enter password as up down or increment decrement increment decrement. Then it has gone to the configuration mode. So now all sensors means pressure sensor, wind sensor, then your temperature humidity sensor, then your cloud sensor, these are to be configured. Means configured in the sense which port you have connected, which communication port you have connected, whether you have connected to COM1 or the COM2 or COM3 or COM4. Then each sensor is having that particular baud rate, because our sensors are sending the data serially. Pressure sensor data sends the data serially. Ultrasonic wind sensor serial data transmission. Again cloud data ceilometer is also serial data transmission. Pressure also serial data transmission. Optical anemometer also serial data transmission. So each and every these serial data transmission, they are having COM port settings and baud rate setting. So how to set that we will see again. So now this, after few times this will go to the run mode. So again we have to go to the configuration mode. For that you keep on pressing enter program button, then again run mode will display, then go to configuration mode, then enter password up down. So this is first sensor is wind speed. So how to configure it? You see, press enter, then you see input type. So what is the input unit? What is the input unit of the wind speed sensor? When we are using optical anemometer, that time the input unit is in knots. But when we are using this ultrasonic wind sensor, this input unit is meters per second. So to set that, press enter, then here it will display meter per second. If it is optical anemometer, that time you have to change. How to change that? With the help of increment and decrement button. This is your increment button. When you press, it will show kilometer per hour. When you again press, it will show knots, meter per second. So for ultrasonic wind sensor, we will set to meters per second. Then do not forget to press enter, so that these changes you have done will be saved. Then next, to go the next setting of our wind sensor, you have to press increment. When you press increment, it displays input type. So what type of sensor we are using, whether it is ultrasonic or IMD make. So in that case, you have to press enter, then it will display wind speed, IP input type. IP type means input type. It is ultrasonic. If you want to send it to IMD make, just press increment button. It will be IMD make. Again you press, it will be ultrasonic. So now as we are using ultrasonic, now we will keep ultrasonic, and again we will press enter button. We will press enter button. So now our input type, it is saved. So next setting for wind speed sensor is port. As I have told you, we have connected this wind sensor to RX1. We have connected to this wind sensor to RX1 wire. That means COM1 wire. If we have connected to RX2, means COM2 wire, COM2 port. If we are connected to RX3, then it becomes COM3. Therefore, for this port is nothing but the COM1, COM2, COM3, COM4 port we have to set. So we have connected to RX1, means we have to set this port as COM1 port. So to go into that, press enter, then it will show COM1. If it is different, you have connected to RX1, make with the help of increment button to COM2, then COM3, COM4, press on. Press like this, COM1, COM2, COM3, whatever you want to, wherever you want to connect RX1 or RX2, RX3 or RX4. If it is RX4, then COM4. If it is RX3, it's COM3. Now we have connected to RX1, so we will make this port as a COM1. So optical anemometer we have connected to COM1, RX1. Then press enter, so that your changes will be saved. Then next setting is ultrasonic baud rate. Baud rate is for each and every sensor. I have told you last time, for pressure, cloud, wind sensor, optical anemometer sensor also, baud rate it is there. So what is baud rate for ultrasonic? For ultrasonic it is 9600. For optical anemometer, baud rate 4800. For pressure sensor, 9600. For cloud sensor, 1200, 1200. Please note down all these baud rates. So for ultrasonic wind sensor, our baud rate is 9600. If you want to change it, with the help of this increment button, you can see it will be getting changed. When you press this, see, it is getting changed. 1200, 2400, 4800, then keep 9600 for ultrasonic. ULT means ultrasonic baud. But for optical wind sensor, you make this as optical 4800. For ultrasonic, 9600, and press enter. Then Next is input unit. Again this we have seen. So to come out, press escape button, then go to next sensor mode, which is direction mode, wind direction configuration. So press enter. Then which type of sensor you are using? Sensor type. First is sensor type. So which type of sensor, whether it is IMD pot or Hall effect. To change, make use of increment button. You will see Hall effect type of sensor. We are not using Hall effect type of sensor, so make IMD pot. But here, as we have connected this ultrasonic wind sensor, it is a combined wind sensor, direction and speed. So we don't have to make changes in the wind direction setting configuration. So simply press escape button and come out of that mode. Then next setting is pressure sensor configuration. Next setting is pressure sensor configuration. To go into that mode, press enter button. So what are different settings for pressure sensor configuration is sensor type. So sensor type, which type of sensor? Press enter. There are different types of sensor. Vaisal AMEC, Setra AMEC, Ice Clima, MCOM means microcom, Vaisala. So you have to select Vaisala here and press enter. Then your sensor will become Vaisala. The next setting is press increment button, baud rate. Press enter. Then your baud rate again is 9600. So for ultrasonic wind sensor and for pressure sensor, baud rate is same, 9600. For changing baud rates, I have shown you make use of this increment and decrement buttons. Remember, pressure sensor and ultrasonic wind sensor is having baud rate 9600, optical anemometer 4800, cloud ceilometer 1200. Okay, then press enter so that the changes will be saved. The next setting for pressure sensor is press increment is mean value. What is the mean value at your station of the pressure? In press enter to change or to set. So Pune it is 940 millibar. If you want to change as per your station mean value, make use of this select button. When you press this select button, press select button. So this first digit is blinking now. When you press the second button, this second digit will start blinking. That time you can change with the help of this increment and decrement button. See, if I press decrement, this 9 will becomes 8, 7 like this to change. So I will make this 9 again. Now if I want to change the third digit, then press select button again. Press select button, so now third digit will blink. When this blinks, that time only you can change. So to increase this 4, make 5, 6 like that, or decrease, you make use of this decrement button. Then press select button to go to the fourth digit. So fourth digit will start blinking. Again point, decimal point also if you want to change, this will also, with the help of increment and decrement button, you can change. Okay, then press, after doing this, press enter. So mean value you have to provide of your station, then press enter. Then next setting for pressure sensor is station height. So what is the station height of your airport? Press enter. Then for Pune it is 560. To change, again I have told you, make use of this select button so that the next digit it will start blinking. Then if you want to change it to 200 like this, you can change. Then make use of this select button, then third digit will also change. So it has become now 200. Like this you can change. Make use of select button. So it will go to the next digit. Again first digit, second digit. I will make again here 5. So Pune it is 560. Then after doing this, just press enter button. Each and every settings we have to press enter button, and only these changes will be getting saved. So press enter button. The next setting for pressure sensor is sensor height. So what is the height of this pressure sensor you have kept? So this pressure sensor you are installing in the field enclosure box, and in the field enclosure box the approximate height of that pressure sensor is 1 meter, 1.2 meter, 1.5 meter, is like that. So how to set that? Just press the enter button again, then here sensor height it will show 1.1 meter. So if you want to change it to 1.5 meter, make use of select button and increment decrement buttons. So select button, when you press select button, these digits will start blinking. Then which digit you want to change? The last decimal digit. So keep on pressing select button. Now if you want to make 1.2 meters, then press increment button here, and after pressing you will see here 1.2 it has become. And after setting it to 1.2 meter sensor height of the pressure sensor, then press enter. Press enter button. Then next setting for pressure sensor is port, communication port. This port means communication port. So press enter. So as you have seen that I have connected that green wire to the RX2. RX2 means COM2. So I have to make this port as a COM2 with the help of this increment and decrement button. You see COM4, COM3, COM2. So I will make here COM2 because I have connected to RX2. Then press enter. So this set port part is over. Then press increment. Again sensor type it will go, that we have already done. So now press escape button to come out. So this pressure sensor settings configuration also we have done. So next setting is, we'll press increment button, is for cloud height. Whenever we are using cloud oscillometer, which gives you the height of the base of the cloud, this height of the base of the cloud is given in this DCWS data logger also. So what are different settings for a cloud oscillometer configuration? Press enter. First setting is a port. So port means communication port again. So here you have to connect the receiving wire of the cloud oscillometer RX to RX3 or RX4. So press enter. So here RX3 means COM3. So oscillometer you have to connect it to RX3 means COM3 you have to set here. Then press enter. Then next setting is baud rate. So baud rate for cloud oscillometer I have told you is 1200. So baud rate for cloud oscillometer is 1200. So that you have to set here with the help of increment and decrement button. Then press enter. The next setting is port, that already we have done to COM3. So now press escape. Then cloud height configuration is done. Again wind speed it has come. So first in first sensor only we have done. So we will escape from all this mode. Then you will see again one more time escape. So you will see that all the data it is coming now accurately with date, time, runway number. So where this runway number is coming, I will show you. We have seen now run mode, monitor mode, calibration setting mode, configuration mode. So what is the next mode is left is, you will see what is the next mode. So keep on pressing. Run mode we have seen, monitor mode, USB backup, configuration mode we have seen just now. So next mode is calibration settings. When this calibration setting is required, when to do the calibration of the sensors, temperature sensor, wind sensor, pressure sensor, to compare with the help of standard sensors, then to give the certificate for the airport authority. That time you make use of this calibration settings. So press enter. Password again I have told you, increment, decrement, increment, decrement. So first is WS offset, means wind speed offset. Then next one is WS mull fact, need not be changed. WD offset, temperature offset, temperature mull fact, need not be changed. Humidity offset, humidity mull fact, need not be changed. Pressure offset, pressure mull fact, need not be changed. Rain mull fact, need not be changed. Then wind direction sensor calibration, again WS offset. So whenever there is a deviation from your actual values, that time you can give this offset for temperature or wind speed. Suppose temperature is out 1 degree out, or 0.1, 0.5 minus or plus, whatever, that time you can give this offset with the help of this calibration settings. For example, suppose you want to give offset to the temperature, then press enter. Then there are, you can see plus 00.0. so if you want to give plus correction, so plus correction can be given. If you want to give minus correction, so with the help of this in the decrement button, you can see it will become minus. Press again plus. Then to select suppose 0.5, then this with the help of this select button, press select button, it will blink the next digit. Again press select button, next digit it will blink. Again press select button, last digit will blink. When it blinks, that time you can press increment button and make it as 0.5. Like this, then press enter. This button you press, that time this change will be saved, right? So like this offset you can give to each and every sensor, temperature, pressure, humidity, each and every sensor you can give offset, but not required many of the times. But for direction, when you are using this direction particular, means potentiometric wind vane, that time you can use this wind direction calibration. For ultrasonic it is not required. So for direction, wind direction calibration for potentiometric wind vane, press enter, then it will show apply 180-degree input, means one person has to climb on the mast and he has to hold the wind direction fin to the 180 degrees, so that it can show 180 degree only, means it has to set it to south. Hold it to south wind vane, then press enter button. Press enter button. That time you press this enter button. After doing this, this computer, so this data logger will not be in the run mode. So to make this in run mode, you have to turn off this from the back side. You have to turn off this from the back side and then turn on. After turning on only, this will take that calibration for the wind direction. So now the calibration part is also over. Again press enter button. Then we were at calibration setting. We have done this calibration setting. So next mode is IP settings mode. In this IP settings mode, press enter. Then password is increment, decrement, increment, decrement. So now we have entered into the IP settings mode. First one is IP status. Next one is server IP. Next one is digitizer IP. Just press increment button. IP status. When you press IP status, just press enter button. After few seconds of time, it will display the IPs. These IPs are supposed to be given to the server computer, client computer, and your data logger. So what is this? Here is IP settings, then here DIP and SIP. So DIP is your data logger IP, SIP is your server IP. Server IP is nothing but the IP given to the MBR computer. Your MBR computer is your server. So that same IP you have to give to this SIP, that is 192.168.103.50. The last digit can be different, 50, or as per your network setting, this group also can be different. This last digit can be different, or this group, third group will be as per your network setting there. And this SIP means your server IP, and this DIP means data logger IP. This data logger IP is also having 1, 2, 3 groups, and last one is your runway number. So first group is 192, second group is 168, third group is 103, and the last one is your runway number. So whenever you want to set this digitizer IP or server IP, we have to go to the IP settings mode. But this last digit for DIP, you cannot change from this particular IP settings mode. You have to change this last digit or runway number in system configuration mode. When you do this in system configuration mode, that time only it will come in this IP settings or IP status. We have to do this change in system configuration runway number setting. So this is DIP and SIP I have shown you. So press escape button to come out of this mode. Then press increment. Next setting is server IP. So press enter. How you can give server IP is like this: 192.168.103.050. You have to give in terms of 3 digit only. Suppose your IP is 005. That time you have to give 0055. But it will show 192.168.103.5. But when it is 50, we have to give 050. Runway number also. In the same way you have to give. How to change this? For changing this, you make use of select button. Press select button. Now you see first digit is blinking. When you press the select button, the second digit will blink. When you press select button, the third digit will blink. When you press select button, another group first digit will blink. Similarly, you can go up to the last digit. And for changing, make use of this increment and decrement button. So for example, if I want to make this as 60, so I will make this as a 60 with the help of increment button. Then after doing this, I will save. I will press enter button. So this will be saved. So I have done server IP as 192.168.103.60. 60 means 060. 60 means 060. Then press escape. Then press increment button. Next setting is digitizer IP. Digitizer means your this data logger IP. So what is this data logger IP? Press enter. You will see this is your data logger or digitizer IP, which is 192.168.103. The first three groups only you can change. You can change only these first three groups here with the help of this select button. You can change first three groups, but you cannot change this last digit group because this is your runway number and it has to be changed through system configuration runway number setting mode. Okay, so after doing this, press enter. Now remember that this is your 09. I will make 11 in system configuration. Then you will see your IP as 11. Then next mode is IP status. We have seen this. Again press escape, so you can come out of this mode. So next setting is FTP settings. This FTP settings will be provided to you. Each and every airport, this FTP settings will be provided to you. Then press enter to go inside that. Then password again, increment, decrement, increment, decrement. Then what are different modes in FTP settings? We are having FTP status, we are having FTP server ID, we are having FTP username, we are having FTP password, FTP port, network provider, and FTP restart, auto configuration, GPRS enable, FTP status again. All these things will be provided to you at the time of installation. So first is your FTP status. Press enter. Here you will see that's the range, just like our mobile. The range it will be indicated in this modem initialization. Then next is FTP server ID. Press enter. This IP is there, FTP 162 like this. This IP will be different, but it will be provided to you. Then next username, this will also be provided to you. We have to write it down in the diary and enter in this. Also you can write down all these settings in the notepad, copy in the pen drive and directly put it to the USB slave and auto config it. Then FTP password, this is the password settings. Press escape. FTP port, this is your port setting. Press escape. Increment. Network provider, only 4 network providers are allowed for this, which is Jio. Apart from Jio, you see, press enter to show you. First one is Vodafone, Idea, Airtel, BSNL. Only these 4 network providers are allowed. Then escape. FTP restart. When you want to refresh, it will be getting restart. Auto configuration, when you want to copy directly from the pen drive. Unnecessarily doing it personally, for it will take a lot of time for FTP settings. So copy all these settings to the pen drive in the notepad form and simply auto config it. Connect to the USB to the backside USB-S and auto config it and enter. Press enter button. Then last mode is your system configuration mode. For system configuration mode, press enter. Password is increment, decrement, increment, decrement. So here it is runway number setting, it is there. So this runway number setting will automatically get reflected to the IP settings of DIP, data logger IP, the last number. So when you press enter, you see it was 09. That is why it was coming there 192.168.103.09. But if I want to change it as per your runway, whatever runway number you are using, at which runway it is installed, your DCWIS, that runway your number you can give here. Suppose it is installed at runway number 11. So make it 11 with the help of increment and decrement buttons. Then press enter. After pressing enter, this runway number change will be reflected to the IP settings mode, that I will show you. Then press escape. The next setting is set date. Next setting is set date. Press enter. So this date you can set year, month and date with the help of this enter button and increment button. Make use of this to change. As for selection, press enter button. Then you can set time also. Set time with the help of to set enter. Then this time settings also you can set to UTC. Then press escape. Similar way you can set. Then station ID also you can set whatever your station. Palam Airport you can give. Press enter, and this is alphanumeric. You can change with the help of this increment and decrement buttons and give your station ID here. And press escape. After doing, press enter, then escape. Then this is your RF baud rate setting, means Wi-Fi modem baud rate. Wi-Fi modem baud rate is 9600. To press enter and to change increment and decrement button. To change increment, make use of increment and decrement button. Then press escape. Next setting is cable baud rate. When you are using cable modem, that time only it is used. Press enter and you can set with the help of increment decrement button. Then escape. Then next is erase data. We are not going to erase the data, so press increment button. Next setting is set communication port. I have shown you there are two communication ports, serial communication port, modem 1 and modem 2 here on the back side. See here, there are these two ports, modem 1 and modem 2. These two ports are used here for setting COM port. So when you press enter button, RF modem first it will come, then cable modem it will come. So suppose RF modem it is there, means cable Wi-Fi modem, which modem port you are using, 1 or 2, that you can set. So modem 1 generally we are using for RF, then press enter. Then for cable modem, enter modem 2, then press enter. So Wi-Fi modem 1 and cable modem 2 port. Then press escape. Then increment button. Then select packet. For selection of packet, press enter and keep the setting at packet 3. You can change with the help of this increment button at packet 4 or packet 2 or packet 3. Data is coming on packet 3. If it is not coming on packet 3, select packet 4 and press enter, right? Then select enter, then escape. And we have seen runway number, we have seen date, we have seen time, we have seen station ID, we have seen RF baud rate, cable baud rate, erase data, set communication port, that is modem 1 and modem 2, and select packet also we have seen. So our system configuration setting is done totally. Next is again run mode. So we have seen all settings of this data logger thoroughly. So now after escaping you will see all data, it will coming in the proper format here. Data transmission has already started here. Data is coming through Ethernet port to the Wi-Fi modem, and Wi-Fi modem is transmitting the data, then receiving Wi-Fi modem at etc, it will receive the data, and the same will be the display to the MBR computer and to the etc computer as well. So this part is over. So now we will see how to set the pressure sensor at the side, that also we will see. So this is our pressure sensor. You see here, this is our pressure sensor. Pressure, QFE, QNH, graph, info. SLMIC, here power LED it is there. So to enter into the main menu, press this button, upper button. So there are different menus are there. One is display, measuring, interfaces, and system. Display, measuring, so to enter in that menu, press side button. So what are parameters you want to display, what quantities you want to display, what units you should want, what rounding you want. So we want rounding here. Then for quantity you want to display, again press this button. Press this button. So what quantity you want to display? You want to display pressure. Then you want to display by selecting this accused of down button, QFE and QNH. See here, QFE and QNH you have to tick here with the help of this button. See, suppose now QNH you want to hide. See, it is getting hide. Again you press this button, it will be shown like this. You have to do. So this I want to display QNH, QFE, then only 3 parameters. I don't want to display temperature and all. This is temperature. Then to come out, exit. Then again main menu. We have seen display. So next parameter is measuring. What you want to measure? Press this button. Again press this button. You want to measure QFE. What setting you have to done? Only QFE. So QFE height you have to give means your sensor height, which you have given here 1 meter or 1.2 meter. Your sensor height which you have kept in the DCWS field enclosure box. This setting you have to give as 1 meter. If you want to change it, then you go to set button. Press this set button. Then you see here M, there is a dark black spot. To change, you have to make use of these 2 buttons. So press this button, this black spot will come here, and if you want to make this as 1.2 meter, then increment this with the help of this 1.2 meter like this. Then if you are done, then press OK. So it has become now 1.2 meter. Then next is QNH height, means your station height. With the help of this down button, go to QNH height. Then if you want to change it, go to set. Then you see again here the dark black spot, it will be there. Then with the help of this button, if you want to change this, you can change this. Each and every digit you just press this button, it will come here. You see here, Now I want to make this 0, so press this, make this 0 and then press OK. So it has become 560. So only QFE height and QNH height you want to, only you should set here, other things you need not. Then exit and again press main menu. So now we have done display, we have done measuring. Now we will see interface. To go into that menu, press this button. Then again press this button. What you want to set is a bit rate, that is a baud rate. For baud rate for this Vaisala sensor I have shown you last time also, it is 9600. How to set that? Just press this button, or sorry, press this change button. So it will show which baud rate you want, 2400, 4800, 9600, like this. So tick mark to 9600, then select with the help of this. Actually we are going to set this and then only we are going to send this to you after setting only. So bit rate should be 9600 bits per second. Then next setting is here, serial format. It should be 8N1. Bit rate should be 9600 and serial format should be 8N1. To change this, press this button, then it will show 8N1. If it is different, then make use of this button. You can select change like this. It will become serial format 7, but we don't want this. So again change, make it 8N1. Where it is? Here. Then here select. So it will become 8N1. Now next is your COM mode. So it has always to be in run mode. Press this button and make sure that this tick should be there, run mode. Your pressure sensor should be in run mode. So press this button and select this, then it is in run mode. So only these three changes we have to make: bit rate 9600, then serial format 8N1 and COM mode run, then exit. That's all. Only these three changes we have to make, then your pressure sensor will show you the accurate data. The same data will be displayed in the data logger as well. So now we have seen DCWIS sensor connection, we have seen how to connect each and every sensor to the data logger. How to connect sensor to the data logger, then how to configure the each sensor in the data logger, and how to set the pressure sensor. All these settings we have done now. How to transmit the data. Now after transmission data, this data will be received in ATC, and how the software part will be there, that will be taught to you by Mr. Abhishek in the next session. I hope everyone has followed this. Thank you very much. Please stay online for the next session.